DuckTales Season 3 Episode 6, Astro B.O.Y.D. So yeah, lots of background gimmicks. At least I can think of a few. Like there's some inspired stuff. Like for those who know their anime, there's a Lupin the Third reference fairly early in the show.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, which they chose the green jacket, not the red jacket, which is interesting. But which that will make no sense to people outside of who don't know what Lupin is, but to those who
The
do,
only Lupin I know is Remus.
yeah, it's not. Um, there's some of the Lupin is done with a red jacket, and some of Lupin has been done with a green jacket, and so they chose a green jacket. But I'm not going to get into that because that's inside baseball, and nobody wants to hear about that.
Yeah, who wants to hear about baseball? Although I heard it's coming back.
Everything's coming back. It's just a matter of when. And like, yeah,
No,
all of them have
next.
like NHL, NBA. They've all basically made agreements at this point. And MLB, I think I haven't heard the new agreement, but I wouldn't surprise me if they had made an agreement. But basketball, hockey, they've all had their agreements, and now they have. I think basketball was like late July or something that they were
It
coming back.
started in July?
No, basketball is coming back in like late July or something.
Mm.
Might be late
Damn,
June.
I thought we got rid of it.
No. They're going to finish the season out with some weird tournament thing, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the Ducks. Yeah, there's
It wouldn't be a review without a tangent.
Yes. It's fairly derivative, but it's what we do. Oh, that was a terrible math joke.
Yes, it was.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
But anyway, and other references like the detective being called Tezuka, which I believe Tezuka was the one who gave us Astro Boy. It's a very classic anime. The obviously the name of the Osamu Tezuka Osamu, the father of manga, the godfather of manga, the god of manga. Which is also something that I wanted to talk about because it's kind of an interesting thing. Like a lot of the inspiration for like the anime style comes from Disney, and a lot of that sort of thing, it comes from Disney. So it's kind of funny that sort of Japanese culture and the anime references who were initially inspired some people from Disney is now coming back to inspire a Disney production. So it's kind of funny that it went full circle. But yeah, he produced Astro Boy, which is Astro B.O.Y.D, which is the name of the thing, which is and Astro Boy is sort of the same idea. He's a boy robot sort of idea, and it sort of matches up. Now I'm not sure about all the the details, but sort of this whole thing was a big homage to that, and so it was kind of funny that that it cycled back around. And then there was just to get the references out of the way. There's Glom with Glom Energy on a billboard in the background, referencing some of the odd commercials that come out over there from Western celebrities that just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course at Glom Gold, he does like anything to get his name noticed.
Like, okay, so funny story. the guy who runs or started Steam, right?
Yeah.
His picture is on underwear in Japan.
Oh, Gabe?
Yeah, Gabe.
Gabe Newell. Yeah. Yeah, Valve's.
I hope
Yeah.
they gave him some royalties for that.
Oh, that's gonna be it. What must have been a heck of a meeting. um, but
It's probably the only way he could get into women's pants.
No, he just has to say 70% off.
no,
That's
Half-Life 3.
yeah, like I said, he wants to get into their pants, not have them run away.
Are you saying there's no gamer girls? Gamer girls don't exist?
No, just Half-Life sucks.
Whatever. But anyway, getting back to the story proper. Keep feeling like it's just like running off one way, running off the other, and bring it back in. But yeah, it's like you're loose. Like not all of my inventions turn evil. They're just wildly misunderstood.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, look at B.O.Y.D. I mean, he started out evil, but he's come around.
He's kind of an angel bunny kind of character at this point.
Yeah,
He's a bit of a jerk, but he can be helpful from time to time.
Yeah, you just have to make sure you give him the right wattage light bulb.
yeah.
It- but
Or you never know what might happen.
Your pun pony's showing, Doc.
I know.
it's shocking. Just a shocking pun. Anyway, so
like that old electrician song. What is love? Baby don't hurts me.
Oh God.
okay. I think we've punished our audience enough.
Don't you start with me.
Oh, that's terrible. Anyway, okay. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. It also plays into the, when he did make a defender robot, instead of making it, autonomous like 2BO or Boyd now, he intentionally said, no, I'm going to put some sort of sentience, some living creature inside, like a duck or something. I'm going to put somebody in there who has a conscience and, won't be corrupted, won't turn evil. Because all the problem with
Well,
my
I mean, people can turn evil
yeah,
just
but
as machines.
if he picks them carefully, he's like, the technology is not the problem. The technology works. It works. It's good. The problem is my stuff keeps going evil or just wildly misunderstood. So, what I'm
Yeah.
going to do is instead of putting a computer in charge of this weapon system, I'm going to put a person in charge of this weapon system. And he didn't even ever. Well, he didn't actually choose Fenton. That was like an accident, wasn't it? It's been a while since I
No,
saw that.
I think no, Fenton was helping him with it.
Yeah, but like him
But
actually being
the
him actually being
original,
chosen as Gizmo Duck.
yeah, he wasn't
That wasn't.
chosen. He
Yeah.
chose himself.
Yeah, so
Basically.
he hadn't actually ever implemented it. So it was still just a shell with no pilot yet. So
Yeah.
the fact that it bonded to Fenton was just a happy accident because Fenton was already a good guy.
Well, I mean, look at his mom.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
mom
she
would
would have
kick his
slapped
ass.
him silly if he'd turned villain. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see.
I did not raise no evil pendejo.
Well, he started out with a robot defender of the city, and then it went evil. So he's like, okay, new plan, build this, and then I'll be able to either he planned to pilot himself or find somebody he could actually trust to pilot it. Fenton sort of short circuited that plan, but it ended up working out.
Yeah. In the original, that was a complete accident. It's like, I'm going to pick the most random thing that nobody ever uses so that it's a password and only it triggers it. And it just happened to be
Blathering
Fenton's,
blatherskites.
which is Fenton's
Catchphrase. Yeah,
yeah.
is
It's
sort of pet
Fenton's
phrase.
equivalent of, oh, phooey.
Yeah. And so, yes.
So, oopsies.
Yeah, but yeah, it's sort of an interesting look into, like, because Gizmo Duck is all the tech is probably better than 2BO's in some regard. He's it's a human, so they can't do as much. He couldn't
They
do
don't
as
have the
much.
processing power.
Don't have the processing power to do it, and because he basically specifically decided to play down that and basically
Yeah.
just use the processing power is supposed to be just dumb. Just the idea of it's just supposed to help manage the suit, and all the responsibility for all the choices lie with the pilot, so that he could actually choose who pilots it.
Yeah,
Pick
let's just
somebody.
hope the suit doesn't have an autopilot.
And it was pretty tough. I mean, for the suit. I mean, it did get arrested by a detective, but he was also not fighting the detective because he didn't want to hurt the detective. But yeah, it was taking blows from 2BO and not really showing too much wear and tear. Just like, nope, shields, bip bip. Yeah, he was going full out, and he was just bip bip. Nope. He got knocked around a bit, but wasn't really showing much wear on him. So it wasn't really a thing, but yeah, that was interesting. And it's like it also makes you think, like, okay, so apparently Gearless, you were interning for an evil scientist, or did you just think at the time he was wildly misunderstood? It's like,
Yeah.
Probably a good actor.
He was naive.
yeah, but
And wildly misunderstood.
yeah, it's like I can make all this tech, but it ends up being wildly misunderstood. But yeah, I like. And the funny thing is like you kind of halfway expect them to go, well, no, now that he's good, we can write him off as now he's defending Tokyo, except for Tuska's like, no, get out.
Plus, plus, Huey finally made a friend. Well, I mean, technically, he didn't make him. Gearloose made him, but still,
He
he
gained a
finally has
friend.
I like Boyd. Boyd's nice.
He might be a robot, but can't be friends with a robot. I mean, Jordy
Yeah.
did it, and that was great.
I mean, he
Yeah.
seems past the Turing test, so I'd say yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, what's wrong with being friends with a robot? The Forge did it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess Huey's got the data right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then having them.
And he loves data. All those numbers, those facts. Although it is kind of sad that he sort of proved that he is a robot.
Hey, just because you like learning and you find things interesting that not everybody finds interesting does not make you a robot.
Dude, I
It
get called a robot.
makes you a robot's friend. He's a robot's friend, but he is not a robot.
I get called a robot all the time.
I don't think I've ever been called a robot.
I've been told that robots have more humor than me.
I have been made fun of because I lightly jabbed because I don't have a very good angry face. It's not a very intimidating angry face because I don't use it very often. I don't get angry very easily. Or
I
people
mean,
confused when I'm getting passionate and talking about things. They confuse that for anger.
My resting face looks angry for some reason.
me too. I have resting bitch face.
But anyway, it was nice to see at the end that everything got resolved and everything. Was like, oh yes, 2BO's now nice and he's Boyd and.
Had a little never-ending story scene right at the end there.
Oh, and the fact that Beaks is like, yeah, I'm gonna just rummaging through the
Like,
waste
let's see what tech I can steal today.
stick I can steal and claim as my own, even though there's a reason it was thrown away, but that's all right.
Yeah, you would think that you wouldn't just throw something so dangerous away.
Yeah, well, it is gear loose.
Yeah.
And I assume he wasn't expecting people to be going through the garbage.
Clearly, he's never heard of dumpster divers.
Well, and
That's how my grandpa
considering,
that
consider,
had to make money.
yeah,
He would go dumpster diving, find stuff, fix it up, and sell it.
cause it's my grandfather's kind of in a way he doesn't sell it, but like he's got a nasty sort of not nasty, but he's got a habit of holding on to things because as soon as he sells it or he gets rid of it, it'll he'll need it. So and he has this habit of driving around on when people put out their trash, and then if he finds something that he can fit in his car that he could easily fix or it's not broken, like he'll take it. It's like, oh, that's wasteful. Throwing it
That's
away.
always a good thing, depending on what it is, though.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying,
Like,
that's not a problem. Like finding useful items that people have thrown away that are easily fixable or they have useful components that he can use for something else. I'm
oh
not
yeah,
saying a
like
problem with that. Just
that.
like
He would
just
strip it and sell the metal.
uh,
He would get money off of the metal of like component stuff that people threw out.
no, yeah,
Like,
not like that. Just like an air compressor. Somebody would throw away a little air compressor, and he grabs that, and like if there's something that is workable or easily fixable, he'll piddle with that, and well, yeah, I could just make this
when I
work.
was a kid, my first skateboard, my grandpa got me from the trash that he fixed up.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Mark Beeks. It's like there's a reason that's in the trash because it probably didn't work. And odds are you don't have the brain power to make that work. If
Well, I
Gearloose
mean,
could, if Gearloose couldn't, but anyway,
he's not stupid.
yeah, but not he doesn't have the. He's more conniving, more, you know,
Diabolical.
yeah, and more software sort of a guy. I mean, not even if you want to call it that, if you want to give him that much credit. Like, there's a reason Gearloose threw it away. um,
Yeah, but he can see what he can salvage from it.
yeah, but anyway, but yeah, that's just that explains so much.
Hi, I'm Boyd.
Yeah,
That just makes me wonder whether he had the idea for it prior to the to this birthday party, or if he found it and it's like, dude, I can go to that birthday party now.
yeah, no telling with him. But it was a fun episode, and
Oh,
I think we only have one more episode before we run out of the season's
Something
current. What?
Something like that. I think only one. I think we only
Yeah,
had 7.
it's like a Ragnarok or something.
Yeah, that one's fun.
But
It
yeah,
has a nice little story. I mean, it has that one has a nice little moral to it.
I haven't seen it yet, so let's not spoil it. But
Spoilers, sweetie.
why are you calling me sweetie?
yes.
Don't give the
spoilers.
shippers ideas. It's bad enough with Maidrock.
It's better than being shipped with Maidrock,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Hey.
it's bad enough I have one. The other, I have another one. As if those people actually exist. People who ship us around.
Hey, I mean, come on. Rule 34.
Yeah, but there's just not enough people for that to come into effect. Not enough people who know who we are for that to
True.
come into effect. Like, that needs enough people for that to come into effect, and I just don't think we've hit that critical number. Besides, who's going to listen this far into the thing? If you have, go ahead and write in goldfish poop in the comments, and
Dear God,
it'll
don't do that.
Don't do that.
What? Let us know how many
Whatever you
people
do
actually
not
listen all the way through.
We have
And
one viewer right now.
Like,
Whatever you do not comment about the naked dance party.
oh, good grief! Now it's gonna
Maidrock does not need the
encouragement.
encouragement.
Okay, no, that will happen.
Okay,
Okay.
let's move on. Let's move on. I think we've covered all the things we have from the ducks.
Aside from commenting that Dex is a robot.
I am not a robot.
I am a genuine real boy.
I'm just gonna stop digging.
It's it's nice to see that Boyd can actually eat.
Yeah.
Is that nice or more disturbing? Because he's a robot. He wouldn't
Maybe
be
he was
cannibalism.
actually a real boy, but they kidnapped him and implanted robot parts into him.
That would make him a cyborg.
Yeah, I don't think he's I don't think he's a cyborg. From the schematics, it didn't look like he was a cyborg in any way.
No. Besides, his heart is shaped like a cartoon heart, not a heart.
But anyway, yeah, robots that eat are a little off-putting in that regard.
Data can eat.
Yeah, but you know, it's ones that have gone rogue. It's like that have a habit of going rogue. It's like at
Data
some,
has gone rogue a few times.
but not with laser cannon arms and did
True.
he have laser and rocket feet? Like
You know
you
what it
could
reminds me of?
It wasn't laser arms, it was laser
eyes.
eyes.
Yes, I forget.
Somebody gave him red kryptonite.
Laser eyes. Okay, whatever. But yeah, but yeah, it's like I there
He's got sexy X-ray eyes.